Atsu did the live stream yesterday. It's a 7-hour live stream. He addressed quite a number of things that he didn't mention in the document, which I think is very important for context, right? If you guys are trying to follow every single minute detail. But I think the first one, I did watch some of it. This one is the first one.
Credit to say that Zhongli was fine pre-buff, and second is a Tech Goose incident. I won't deny that Atsu worked hard to get where he is, but not without a long, long ladder to climb, and I have a theory about this I'll get to in a minute. So his theory, so this is Brax's spec. People in their 20s who cannot communicate with each other, it is not up to Grandpa Atsu to communicate for them. It is not up to me to babysit for them. February 2023.
So this picture...
Can we please take a look at when this tweet was taken?
This was in the first document.
July 2nd, 2022. It's not even in the same year. This edit is not even in the same goddamn year. Yet for some reason...
This photo is already debunked. It's not true. Braxophone's original document about Atsu, saying that Atsu removed him from the picture, is already debunked. It's not true.
Reason Tectone and his audience keep parroting...
It's a different picture. It's a different photo.
This same stupid ass incorrect narrative.
But a lot of people are spinning this false narrative. I can see why, right? People are like saying, "Oh, you removed Braxophone from the photo, you're racist," something along those lines. But it's not the same
and
photo.
It's just an echo chamber of misinformation. And Tectone knows he can get away with it because his viewers are fucking stupid.
Whoa!
They're just gonna gobble this shit up.
And then you
had creators like Mujin and Box2 making comments under
you shouldn't call people's
this
viewers
stupid narrative that I apparently...
Stupid. That's too much. That's too much, you know? How can you say that?
Edited Brax's phone out and then posted this to my social media
straight away
after the party. This is a whole other different year.
That's what you get.
What? If we compare the photo here, take a
Brax
look.
The liar.
Take a look here. Who
Brax
have
the
I
liar.
replaced in this photo? I have replaced one of my best friends, Saki, in this photo along with Braxophone. Does that mean I hate Saki? No, it doesn't. It just means conveniently, this was the specific people that I needed to announce, and all I had to do was put Bao's VTuber model over these two, and I did say myself, I think I did a pretty good job with that Photoshop. It has nothing to do with Braxton.
Yeah, so it's a Photoshop, right?
Saki. It simply just was a convenient photo to post for Conquest to announce that I was
They're
going
buying Tectone narrative too much without questioning stuff.
People cannot process that.
Yeah, you should always try to question stuff and try to look it objectively. I think a lot of people just like to... I mean, I get it, right? Like, most people, like, when they watch a content creator, they just like to follow their opinion and stuff. It's just natural, right? It's not really to blame Tectone. I think it happens to everyone, generally.
They cannot process that, and they keep yapping about, oh my god, that's actually insane, man. Brax was literally there just trying to make friends, and they took another pic without him, but decided to use this one to Photoshop him out anyway. Lamau, this is so bad. Wow. That's Mujin, another large content creator, making up this bullshit and feeding into this bullshit.
Yeah, a lot of people are actually
I just can't believe it. And I can't believe they're still to this day parroting this narrative. They are still using this false...
The picture is already debunked. Braxophone is at fault. Braxophone literally, in his first document, he wrote that Atsu removed him from the picture. That's completely false.
Narrative,
completely
which I
false.
have provided evidence, hard, concrete evidence for. Right here. Where is Braxophone's evidence? This is Braxophone's original statement. Right after taking this photo, however, Atsu brought everyone back for a photo specifically without me in it, and there's nothing wrong with it wanting photos with your friends. But for someone who supposedly doesn't have an issue with me, it's very weird for them to take photos without me and post a version that exclude me. Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence that I called people back and excluded him?
Yeah, that one wasn't there.
Because there isn't. It's not true. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt here, and I even wrote in my document, maybe he just misforgot. Like, maybe he just misremembered. Maybe he doesn't remember what actually happened during this party.
Stop tanking bullshit.
That, like, it was actually at this party he told me about this
people are calling him BS.
Which was a sexual predator.
Playing Genshin fries your brain.
But like, I remember this party very vividly, and I
Evidence,
know that
trust
I did
me,
not
bro.
call people back to exclude him from the photo. So
this
this
Jake,
was
right?
just bullshit.
This is Tuonto, right?
narrative was bullshit, and he should have cleared that up from the beginning.
The one next to Atsu. I think Tuonto and Atsu is quite close.
I'm so tired of having to bring this up. Tectone, again, within the last 24 hours, has rehashed this stupid photo narrative again and again and again. And I know he's just going to rehash it again. Maybe he'll see this and be like, okay, sorry, I was wrong about that. Sorry about that. But like, it's too late now, isn't it? Because the damage has been done. The damage has been done so much.
Wait, Tectone is still bringing up the photo thing? like it's clearly wrong. Like it's like I think Braxophone is in the wrong here for the photo, at least for the photo side, right? But at the same time, Tecton doesn't like Atsu, so I can see why. I can see why Tecton doesn't like him. They both used to be friends, and then they were, and I wouldn't say they're enemies, but they fall out afterwards. So, you know?
And like just from his comment regarding the photo, I know for sure he has not read this 55-page document.
Jake Paul boxing.
He knows like there is hard
13K
evidence in here that refutes
13K,
so
man.
many things, and it's not going to serve him. It's not going to serve his narrative. And before people, because there's so many layers of how this is connected. There's so many layers on how this is connected.
Okay.
People are like so angry at Saki. People are so angry at Jake for being mad at Brax for leaking Saki's face.
So Saki is, if you guys are not aware, Saki is correct me if I'm wrong. Saki is Tuonto or Jake's girlfriend. That was the one that Brax go and post the picture. So they took a photo together in the event. Brax got invited there, and then Brax go and post a photo without asking for permission. He just posted it on his official Twitter, right? I think Brax is in the wrong there. I still think he's in the wrong. He should always ask for permission, because when you take a photo with your family and stuff, it's fine. But when you take a photo with other people, I think you just have to, like, it's like a common courtesy, I feel like. So Saki is a VTuber. Nobody knows how she looks like, but because Brax go and post that photo, indirectly doxing her. So yeah, that caused some issue, right? Saki told Brax that she was a nobody, so he did not know not to post the picture. I still feel like it's a common courtesy, generally, right? For me, if I go out in an event, if somebody take photo with me, they want to post my picture, I would prefer if they ask my permission first. It'll be like a polite thing to do. If they don't want to, I'm not going to get mad at them, but at the same time, I would prefer them to, right?
Right, people are so upset, like, oh my god, it was just an accident, Braxophone, didn't know it was her. We were told for this party to not post photos unless you knew the people in the photos, or to cover up their faces if you didn't know them. This is the email we received. Now again, I've given Braxophone the benefit of the doubt that maybe he didn't see this, but that doesn't
Offline TV AX after party photos. Okay, let's see then.
not excuse him, because for everyone else is operating on the same conditions, and they know what the rules of the party were. And it says here, Offline TV X after party photos. Thanks so much for attending Offline TV's X after party. We hope you had a great time. Wanted to share more photos with you. Here's the photo album.
She's good.
Please avoid sharing any photos with identifiable people that you don't personally recognize, as we had a few VTubers attend who have not revealed their faces. Heavy British accent on the VTubers, because it's specifically stated here not to post photos if you don't know the people in the photos.
Okay, it is stated there.
And again, I was very lenient with Brax. He said he was a +1 at the party, so he says he wasn't notified about this, nor did he see this email. However, this was made clear to people. In my opinion, this was made clear to people whether or not they received the email or not. It's just common courtesy and common knowledge in the content creator space as well, especially when you know there's going to be VTubers there. Did he
Now, again, right, maybe Brax didn't know, but just because you don't know doesn't mean you are innocent, I feel like a lot of people need to know this. Sometimes you do something wrong, just admit to it, right? Just admit to it. I think this is definitely on Brax's side. He shouldn't have done that. And if he's the only one doing that, no one else is doing that, I find it a bit odd, right? Find it a bit weird. No need to ask permission. Just don't be in the picture. Just don't take photos, right? Just don't take photo. I don't really post photo myself. I'm not really a photo kind of guy. I do post photo on GuitarRock foods. That's pretty much it. Isn't it normal to post photos on your Instagram or Twitter? It's normal to post your own photo, right? If you take selfie, you have to post. I think you have to know that some people don't like to be in the photo. Like, you need to know that you are not. You need to think. Here's the thing, right? When you are with someone, I know it's hard to believe this, but when you're with someone else, you always need to take into consideration of what the someone else thinks, not just what you think. All right. For example, let's say you go out with your friends. You are like, okay, I like McDonald's, but what about my friend? Does he like McDonald's or not? Let's eat McDonald's. But what if your friend is a vegan? He cannot eat McDonald's. So you need to always. It's a very basic concept, right? Basic concept. When you are with someone else, if you are alone, do whatever the heck you want. But when you are with someone else, I do think, is it that hard to be polite to try to take them into consideration? If a person is gay, do I still need permission? I think you do have to respect them somewhat, right? I feel like it's like a common thing. I don't know. I feel like it's a common thing when you go out with someone. You gotta take, like, some people just don't like to take photos, right? Like when I go out with when I did this, remember I did a GuitarRock Foods vlog with I went to the friend's hospital. GuitarRock food, this one. The other day I made this video right here. Alright, I went out with my friend. Alright, we ate a banana leaf at the hospital. Right, this is in the hospital, right? I asked him, is it okay if I post this? Before I post this, I asked him, hey, is it okay? And he said it's okay. I think it's just a polite thing, right? Because when you're going out with someone, some people might not like it. You never know, right? Some people are more like, they just don't want to be online. And for me, I have viewers that watch the video. What if people go and harass my friend, but I didn't show his face, right? So that's one thing. Like, you gotta, like, when you're posting someone with their face, now there's like a completely different thing, right? It's like a completely different thing.
Really think that the party was going to have zero VTubers?
Who would have a vegan friend?
It's just
vegan friend. Why not?
Anyway, this whole photo BS, I'm so tired about it. I'm not going to talk about
vegan
this photo
friend.
BS anymore. It's all BS.
How many of you guys have a vegan friend? Be honest. How many of you guys like, what's wrong if you have a vegan friend, man? I mean, it's not that your friend harassed you to be vegan, right? But yeah, I'm just giving an example, right? Okay, this one is one thing. What about the next thing, the next point?
Channel for a while back after Tectone drama, but I'm making a different point here. So then he goes to hyper-analyze my viewership. He says my viewership is between 60k and 200k, depending on the relevance of the characters and content. But look what happens when he collaborates with creators bigger than him, not counting non-Genshin content, since those will naturally perform worse. And then look who he talks about. He's talking about Anne, Jake, Dish, and also Lily.
Okay.
It seems cherry-picked, and to be fair, I searched by most popular and picked some videos out, but isn't that crazy that putting other more popular creators on your thumbnail drives more clicks? If Atsu were to try and collaborate with other creators often, it would make sense then that he would grow in the CC space. He is saying that looking into the future as a way smaller creator back then when everyone was smaller, he's saying that I went after these people knowing that they were going to blow up so that I could use them in the future.
I feel like whatever, this is not that big of a deal for me, right? Like, who cares? If he wants to be friends with whoever, there's a lot of people that are friends with Tectone as well, and you know, does similar things. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Am I crazy here to think that this is like a super non-existent issue?
With zero evidence, which you have now confirmed you have zero evidence for, and you do not have the right to be like, yeah, you just deal with it. Yeah, no one cares about this anymore. That's not how it works. And like for him to try and then sneak in the, oh yeah, but Atsu can't disprove it's not true. Like, how stupid do you have to be to eat that shit up? What if I come out today and say, okay, by the way, Tectone is controlling Kuro Games. Tectone can give contracts to people in Wuthering Waves. Oh my God. How is he going to disprove that? There's no way for him to disprove that other than for Kuro Games to literally come out and say it's not true. And why?
Yeah, I think that's true also, because Braxophone did accuse Atsu of having some sort of manipulation or can manipulate contracts. You can never prove that. Trust me, bro. Source, trust me, bro. This guy is manipulating Hoyoverse.
Why the fuck is a multi-billion-dollar company like Hoyoverse going to get involved in petty community drama like this? It's so stupid. But he's so smart at manipulating the narrative to...
I like to be friends with bare feminist women approve of this statement. What? This drama is literally the definition of the worst she can say is no.
His goons, like to his viewers, like to this mob, that they're gonna eat anything up. Like, do they not realize that's not how the burden of proof works? It's actually ridiculous. So when I say, like, the reason why Braxophone ended up lying about all of this,
lying
when it came to the contract, and
so
when
Braxophone is lying
on the contract, and like when he then doubled down on this lie, it's because, and he told me this himself in person, face to face, he is fucking terrified of Tectone.
Whoa.
Tectone can literally say whatever the fuck he wants and it will rip someone's career to pieces. You take a look.
So Braxophone is scared of Tectone. Okay. So is that why Braxophone tried to come up with this lie? I don't know.
At this Honkai Star Rail creator server drama that literally happened 1.5 months after me and Braxophone's drama, Tectone went straight in on Braxophone. He went straight in on all of those creators without even thinking about it. From my understanding, he didn't preemptively message them or talk to them privately to sort it out. He decided, nope, it's gonna be content, it's gonna be public, I have a problem, I wanna make money from this, and therefore he went ahead and did what he did.
I don't think that's an issue. Like, Tectone can do whatever he wants. I don't think it's not that big of an issue, right? Like, if Tectone disagrees with how Hoyoverse handles the what is that? How they handle the program or whatever, I think he's allowed to voice out. I don't think that's also an issue.
He went on a Discord call, I believe, with Fob, Slice, Braxophone, and a bunch of other people. And from what I understand, he was in a losing debate and his chat turned on him. His own community stopped echo chambering him and they were like making fun of him. And after that, he literally rage quit that call mid-sentence. I think apparently someone was talking and he rage quit that call mid-sentence, and it took Asmongold's intervention to get involved, to calm him down, to explain it to him, for him to stop his bullshit.
Exit problem solve.
I don't know how he's going to spin this narrative. Maybe he's already spun the narrative that, oh yeah, this was a different angle. You're like misunderstanding it. Maybe it was some other bullshit. But like, it's actually insanity. How much bullshit he's able to get away with.
Is Tectone getting away with bullshit, guys? Yeah, I never knew that. I never knew that. Okay, this one is, it's super long though. It's super long. Let's see. I want to get to the important part. The Discord DMs. Okay, let's get to this.
As if anything bad happens to him for the rest of his career, it is now Atsu's fault. Guaranteed. This was before he already had such a negative opinion of me that no matter what I said or did, it doesn't matter. He had already decided everything was going to be my fault.
You'll be excluded from events, games, brand deals, and worst of all, you'll be cut off from a large portion of the community that could otherwise be related to you and just be a group of friends to hang out and game with. Hang out and game with. So how can I
sit here and be slated for thinking this person wanted to use me for opportunities? He's literally self-reporting himself here. Nothing.
I'm glad to have my core group of friends, people like Rin, Sevi, 1010, and so many others have been such a blast to hang out with, and overall I couldn't be more grateful for you all. So this is Braxophone's tweet longer, I guess.
About this is talking about, oh, I'm so sad that Atsu doesn't want to be friends with me. He's fucking sad because he's not going to be included in events, games, brand deals, and worst of all, being cut off from a large portion of the community. And he's not talking about me either. He's talking about the group of friends that he's being cut off from. He's talking about the Dish, the Ant, the Jakes.
Yeah.
And like just looking back at this,
probably Jake is involved as well.
Let this go, but like rereading this bullshit makes me so angry. It
Are you
makes
playing
me
Among Us?
So sad that I have lost fucking everything because of all these false assumptions going on for the last bullshitting 2.5 fucking years.
Everyone forgot about this drama. Why did Atsu bring it back up? He just wants the attention now. I think because he lost a lot of things. I don't know. And he's going through a lot, right? He assumed his wife leaving him is also part of this as well. I'm not sure. Maybe like he thinks that's part of it. And yeah, it cost him a lot. Brax won Jake's meet. I don't think so. Genshin has no more content. You think this guy should stay away from the internet for a while? Okay, at least people are being positive in the chat. Let me move forward a little bit.
Shit.
You don't deserve this.
It seems like the best decision to just stop trying to make friends with other creators. Simple as that. It's really as simple as that. If these people don't have an inherent interest in becoming Braxophone's friend, why do they have to reach out to him? If he is the one that wants to be friends with them, why does he think they have to make the effort to befriend him? But that is
I feel like it was all coming from just Braxophone wants to be friends with some of them. And Braxophone thinks Atsu is controlling his friends to not want to be friends with him. Now Atsu doesn't like Braxophone, right? We already know that. Atsu doesn't want to be friends with Braxophone, but I think Braxophone wants to be friends with Atsu's friends, which is Dish, Tuonto, and those stuff, right? And Brax assume that it's because of Atsu that he couldn't be friends with Tuonto, but we found out that Tuonto didn't like Atsu. Tuonto didn't like Braxophone because Tuonto's girlfriend Saki was being doxxed by Braxophone. That was why. So can you see there's a lot of assumptions here? Braxophone assumed it was Atsu controlling his friends. But no, a lot of Atsu's friends didn't like Braxophone to begin with. I don't know about Dish, but at least I know for Tuonto himself actually said he didn't like Brax, right? Because of the Saki dogs incident, the photo incident again, right? That was like one thing it seems. It doesn't seem like Tuonto likes Brax as well. As for Dish and I don't know a few others, I'm not sure, right? This track, Tuonto also got his party invaded by Brax without invite. Yeah, that's a thing though, right? But it seems to maybe in Brax's eyes, it seems like Atsu is the one that caused this. So that's why Brax wrote that thing, right?
Being like, Keck, wait, first time I'm hearing this. I'm kind of just neutral to everyone unless they're evil. I've tried to be neutral to Tectone for a while, but he made it too hard, so I think we're kind of put at arm's length between each other. And I'm talking about...
Neutral with Tectone, damn.
And as I wrote here, I straight up told Brax privately that I don't like him, and then he wrote a twit longer on me, which is why I just showed you guys. And then Jake, for some reason, Jake knew about this before even I knew about this. Jake says, bruh, I heard the whole thing with Brax from XXX people. So funny.
Okay.
And like, it clicked for me then, like, wow, how many people are talking this, like, how many people are talking shit about me behind the scenes? Like, how much has gone on behind my back? How far has this Braxophone narrative that he spread gone on? Like, why does Jake know about this before even I know about it?
So is Jake the one that's spreading the false narrative about Brax? I don't know.
And then I half jokingly said to Jake...
I thought the drama was about Brax assuming Atsu group can control who can have sponsor with Hoyo. That's one small part of it. You need to watch the whole thing. There's a reason why that video that I did was almost 2 hours, 3 hours long. There's a lot of stuff. You're just looking at one small aspect with it. It's very complicated, right?
Because it was pretty much the actual reason. I said, this is your fault, Kappa. He wants to...
Like, if you know very little, you are just assuming who's right and who's wrong based on that little information that you know. There's a reason why the document is like 56 pages and everything, right? There's a lot of context, you know?
Braxophone wants to be friends with you, and he was very sad he was uninvited from the party. Now, obviously, this screenshot has given the misconception that he was invited in the first place, but that is Braxophone's words that were relayed to me, is that he was upset about being uninvited from a party. I should have specified here that he wasn't even invited to this party in the first place. And this is also...
So Braxophone wasn't invited to the party, and then this is when you can see Tuonto is not even... He doesn't even like Braxophone based on this. He can see I was not happy, he can suck my ass, Ying can too. I don't know who Ying is, but yeah.
Confirmation that Jake did not like Braxophone.
Also sounds like a lot.
I was not happy. Brax can suck my ass and Ying can too for breaking rules and inviting people as a +1. That is just utterly disrespectful to the host, which is himself, and inconsiderate.
So yeah, this statement itself proves that Tuonto don't like Braxophone to begin with, right? Why would he... Yeah, he say Braxophone is inconsiderate. He say Braxophone is unprofessional. Very disappointed in Ying as well. I don't know who Ying is actually. She's apparently a very important factor into this. If Ying didn't invite Braxophone, I think again, this is assumption based on what I've been told. Ying was invited to the party. Braxophone is not. So Ying go and invite Braxophone as a +1, and that caused all of this issue. And then in this party, is this the one that caused the doxing thing? Or was that the separate party? I don't know how many parties they go to, like 10 different parties, you know?
Created problems that should not have been made and unprofessional. Very disappointed in Ying and the others. And I want to make it clear here, Ying did not invite Braxophone. Ying did not, I repeat, Ying did not invite Braxophone.
Okay, Ying did not invite Braxophone. Then how did...
to this event. Brax tried to invite himself.
So Ying did not invite Braxophone. Braxophone invite himself. How does that work? How can you invite yourself to a party? You can invite yourself to... So why? How can you invite... Damn. You can invite yourself to a party? I need to do that more often then. Can I invite myself to anyone's birthday party then? How does that work?
And then Jake was like, that was mean, I didn't mean this. But that situation was very frustrating. And I said, I've never seen you type so fast. On a serious note though, mostly this stems from him wanting...
How do you invite yourself? So I think Ying told Braxophone about the party. Braxophone didn't know about the party. So Ying didn't invite, but Ying tell Braxophone about the party, I think.
To be friends with you and see, he feels like you're being gatekept.
Can you invite yourself?
Cage, new friend.
Why didn't he kick Brax out?
And then Fob is like uninvited.
He didn't kick Brax out because Braxophone invite himself to his party. So it's like... Let's say, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I think you can't kick someone out because it's rude, right? Okay, how many of you guys here, let's say you do a birthday party, right? You invite 5 of your friends. 5 of your friends to come over. And then there's 6 person that comes over. One of your friend is a friend of another friend. Are you just going to say, oh, you cannot come in? Are you just going to do that? Because it's like... I don't know. I think it's hard to do that at that time, right? Because it's like you'll be like, wait, why is there someone else that's invited here? I only invite 5 of you. So there's one more friend that bring another friend. What would you do at that situation, right? Let's be honest. What would you do at that situation? Because it's like, for me, I'm like, okay, whatever, come in, right? It's like, I've kicked people before, but once that friend don't like it because he didn't know, I don't know, man. To be honest, no. That will be awkward. It's not your fault because you have the rights to do that, but at the same time, I think it's your friend's fault that invited the different friend because now there's 6 person. Then the food won't be enough, everything won't be enough. Yeah, I do think that it does lead to complication, right? If the person is gay, I would say no. Okay, but are you going to ask are you gay? Are you LGBTQ? Right? What you going to do? My friends would never do that. Yeah, I'm just giving you like a hypothetical, right? Like if you are in that situation, it's just not as easy to handle those kind of situation. It's like very complex, I guess.
Because Fob has no idea what's going on. I said Ying invited him to the party when she didn't have invites to give out, or she spread the word supposedly. And that's what she did. She just mentioned it in passing to Braxophone.
So Ying didn't invite Braxophone. Ying mentioned it to Braxophone. Braxophone heard about the party, and Braxophone is a party lover. He's a big party fan. Braxophone is a party abuser. All right, every single party he needs to be there. Braxophone. So Braxophone invites himself. Never, guys, if you guys have any party, never talk about it in front of Braxophone, alright? Trust me, you don't want to do that. Oof. The next thing you know, he invite himself to your party.
And Fob says, dies of cringe. And I said, when the party was fully capped and he
Braxophone,
was blaming me, so Braxophone is blaming me for
must
being
have party
uninvited.
is a must have for him.
This is what was relayed to me.
The party, he needs to be there.
From the people who I found out that Brax was gossiping to, that this was Brax's issue with me. And then Jake says, sigh, and this is my ex-wife now, Neko P, who deleted her Discord as well.
That's Neko P.
I also can't believe you have to type this. And this Kek L reaction comes from Dara. She was reading the conversation at the time. And
Dara is Dish, by the way.
After in a reply to me, on a serious note though, mostly this stems from him wanting to be friends with you. I don't even think that's the case. I think he just wanted to get into the party. Also, if he wanted to be my friend, he wouldn't have apologized so poorly to my girlfriend during that incident and followed and unfollowed me repetitively until I noticed on Twitter.
You see? This is not what Atsu is saying. This is what Jake Tuonto is saying. Jake is saying Braxophone is not really trying to be his friend, is it? He just wants to get to the party. And Braxophone keep trying to follow and unfollow Jake on Twitter until he noticed it on Twitter. So Braxophone, number one, Braxophone really needs to go to the party. Every party Braxophone needs to go into. Number 2, Braxophone has unfollowed and followed him repetitively, so that to get his attention. Alright, Braxophone wants to be best buddies. Sometimes people just want to be best buddies with you. Don't you understand? If they follow and unfollow you, best buddies on Twitter, alright? You gotta accept them as your friend. You got no choice. At that point, you don't have a choice. I've seen videos of rich kids chasing off other kids that invited themselves. Really? Life of that situation. So this is all Tuonto, literally screenshot right here, right? Tuonto is the one saying this. That is overly weird. I do think the Brax is a bit weird. He's a party lover. I don't know about party in America. Are they from US? I guess in America, party is such an important thing, right? Party is like if you miss out on party, it's like a FOMO. I'm from Southeast Asia, right? We don't do parties here, I think. At least I don't think we do. Like, at least party is like feels like an American thing. I could be wrong, right?
This is something a lot of people
Maybe
have
the
swept
party
under
as
the rug,
weird.
but this is exactly
The
what
party
someone
as
who is
weird.
trying to clout chase does. They keep following
This drama has better comedy
on Twitter because it spams notifications. Back then, it would spam notifications
Limited.
to that person, which puts them at the top of your notification feed to get noticed. It is an action of clout chasing. Also, I knew about this.
That feels like a lot of assumptions about someone else's character. I'm just reading what he said. He said Braxophone just wanted to get into the party. He doesn't want to be friends with me. This is what Tuonto is saying, right? I don't know Braxophone, but this is what he's saying. His vibe is like Braxophone just wants to get himself to the party for whatever reason.
This was part of the reason why I did not want to befriend Braxophone.
So just let us take a hit if you are not at the
That's part of the
party.
reason. But I couldn't tell him that because if I told him that, then he would realize, oh, maybe I should stop following and unfollowing people. And I didn't want him to know that was it was a self-report essentially of clout chasing. Because maybe that would help another creator down the line. They're like, oh, why does this Braxophone guy keep
Braxophone is clout chasing
me
now?
and refollowing me?
What?
Is he trying to clout chase? But if I had told him that, he's going to stop that behavior. And it will help him disguise the intention of clout chasing a lot better.
On Twitter. The party is at the Hoyo house, is it?
And I said, also true, I was told he was upset. People went to your party instead of hanging out with him. And then Jake says, can you blame him? It's a party. And then as you can see, here's proof that Dish was actually reading the conversation at the time.
Okay. Interesting. You don't tolerate this kind of things. Will I be at the party? No, I don't go to party, man. I'm not a party kind of guy. Okay, let's see the next one.
And yeah, his excuse is he didn't know who the person was. But at that party, it was specifically addressed, do not post photos because there are VTubers there. And like, people keep making excuses for his actions.
So this party is the one that he posted the photo of Jake's girlfriend, is it? No, that's a different party. This is a different party. Because Braxophone didn't apologize so poorly to Jake's girlfriend at the time during the incident.
And I get it, like you want to demonize people you don't like. But please just take a look at the facts. I've already provided evidence after evidence after evidence. Some things are like irrefutable there.
Evidence.
Yet some people keep gobbling up this like absolutely massive schlong of misinformation.
Wait, Charles is a 4-star now?
And it's so frustrating.
Wait, nobody told me Charles is a 4-star.
Once again, people at the party were told not to post photos if you don't know the people in the actual excuse. If you around VTubers, you don't post people's faces if you don't know who they are.
Okay, true.
So like for people constantly making this excuse,
Wait, who is that?
Like, oh, Braxophone didn't know who this person was. Braxophone didn't know who this person was.
No, the 4-star,
That's not a valid excuse. If you end up doxing someone accidentally, the act of doxing someone still fucking happened. If you end up slapping someone in the face and you're like, oh, sorry, I didn't know I was meant to slap you in the face. You still slapped them in the face. It still happened. You cannot excuse that. Yeah, you apologize, but if the apology is shit, obviously people are going to feel bad about that. And that's why Jake didn't like Brax. Because the apology was shit.
Jake is Toronto, by the way.
Because the action happened in the first place and he should have known better.
No worries, I was just saying that I get that Brax is entitled, but to surmise that he is not interested in friends but simply clout chasing, it feels a bit much coming from them. Why else is that then, right? Like, if somebody tries to be friends with you and keep trying to be friends with you, and then you say no, and then they keep trying to like follow and unfollow you on Twitter, what other assumption is there? Like, logically, I think when you're a content creator, it's just more complicated because like you don't know if somebody wants to be friends with you by just being friends, or you don't know if somebody wants to be friends with you because of, you know, because you're a content creator. It always happens when you are, you know, when you have like massive following. It's just like you just think differently, right? It's just what it is. He wants to be friends with Jake. Why can't Brax be friends with someone else? Why specifically these people, right? Like, of course they come to that conclusion, right? Of course they come to that conclusion. Because does Brax not have... Is it hard for him to find other friends? Like, you know, it's just... When you put 2 and 2 together, like, that's just what you get, right? Okay, this one I already talked about, so I think he's just repeating this.
I'm so tired of like saying this, and I have... When it wasn't me, it had him defending himself. He is more than welcome to defend himself in whatever way, shape, or form. Beef. That's how I felt. I genuinely thought...
Okay, this one, Goose Egg one was a different one. This one, Goose Egg used to follow on... Why he didn't chase Tecton? I'm not sure. He shouldn't go where he isn't invited. I didn't think friends was his intention. You don't think friends was his intention? Never meet heroes, you will be disappointed. He thinks he will get Hoyo contract after the party. Maybe, I'm not sure.
That we had quashed our beef. Not gone behind my back and started talking shit and saying, Tecton, you can say this about Atsu. This is entirely... I am in the wrong, 100%.
Okay, so he is in the wrong.
And like, they were all doing like stuff with alcohol, and I've touched on this before. I don't drink alcohol. I'm not involved with anything related to do with alcohol. And
So this one is still in the first document. I want to see like him addressing the latest one. Okay, this one. This is the important one, right? So let's see. This one is Brax. Remember, we read the document where Brax actually read this document. So let's see what this Atsu going to say about this.
Specifically looking at a screenshot from Atsu's own document, it looks possible a year ago plus. Atsu spreads hate of Brax's phone to other creators and industry professionals. Literally done in the screenshot shared by Atsu.
This is so crazy, man. Atsu discriminates against white male creators. This is like, damn.
I hate against him. Atsu discriminates against white male creators.
But he did delete this, which is good.
Early on, I connected some dots with me.
But he wrote it there first, right?
All not ever being reached out to when an effort was made for other creators. It was clear it was removed within an hour because I realized
I cannot prove it equals to I made it up.
Clearly, that wasn't the issue.
Tecton got destroyed. Racist. Atsu was friends with Tecton last time, though, right? So that wouldn't make sense. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense because Atsu was friends with Tecton last time.
Or maybe he said this in a phone call with me, but he actually name dropped the Jonathan in here as well.
Okay, he's gonna provide some receipts, so we'll have to look at this one. This one is the receipts.
It's in a phone call, but the reason why I put in my document that I felt bad for Jonathan...
Who is Jonathan again?
Is that Brax specifically told me that Jonathan was the one who said this. Atsu only games with people who are bigger streamers in his immediate friend circle, specifically women. Certainly seems this way with big streamers at least. Can't speak to it currently.
Atsu only plays with women? Huh.
I'm pretty sure like the last few collabs I've done on... And they're not even collabs. They're just on-stream games. What is that game? The one where you pick up...
Atsu only plays games with bigger streamer.
Like garbage from planets. There's a literal evidence this is not true. Atsu is silencing people to protect Zayas for undisclosed incident. This is not true. He's not silencing anyone. Atsu is covering up a sexual assault not relating to above. I don't know where this came from, but no. Braxophone warned Atsu about a Genshin voice actor actress at O2E party. I did as I was asked to by another voice actor the same day to warn other creators who have collabed or might collab with them. Braxophone contacted 3 different Hoyoverse staff regarding Atsu. I only remember contacting 2. One was me venting about feeling specifically isolated by that clique, and they took it upon themselves to reach out. The second was in an attempt to contact Atsu. He knows the 3 staff members that we literally talked about this. He knows which 3 staff members.
I don't think this matters, right? Braxophone tried to contact 3 Hoyoverse staff about Atsu. Alright, I only remember contacting 2. One was venting out for being isolated. The second was in attempt to contact Atsu. I don't think you should be doing this. I don't think the number matters. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, just if somebody doesn't want to be friends with you, why are you doing that, right? That's like a bit weird, right?
We're talking about here. Braxophone knew about pay cuts Atsu was taking for other creators from Hoyo
No
staff.
dudes.
Yeah.
No dudes.
Pop quiz for Atsu. True or false? One of your closest friends lives with a Hoyoverse staff member. True. True or false? You receive multiple requests from Hoyoverse to give suggestions on which content creators would be good to work with.
True.
This is also not true.
Not true?
Sorry, this is false. I have received on multiple occasions not suggestions on which content creators would be good to work with, but sometimes people have asked me, do you know any guide makers? Or do you know any creators under a certain amount of size? This does not necessarily mean that they are people who are good to work with.
I mean, it's still true then,
On many occasions,
right?
I just recommend people out of my own will. True or false, you have a private Discord where you joked about me to and with your friends. A private Discord where you joked about me to and with your friends.
Doesn't matter that
I
one.
know people have said distasteful things about you. I'm pretty sure I even sent you some of the screenshots of what people said about you so that you would know that that happened. True or false, not getting an invite to Jake's party is not the sole reason for my document. True, but it's a big part of it.
It's a big
True or
part
false,
of it, yeah.
You made it known to friends that you prefer I do not attend events you are at. I said I don't want to be in shared spaces with you or collabs with you, but I also made it clear, like, if they want to be your friends, they are more than happy to be your friends. And I'm also okay with removing myself
Why is he venting
from
to stuff?
shared
Kind of weird.
spaces, which is what I'm doing.
Because Braxophone tried to DM Atsu on Twitter. Like, Braxophone tried to DM Atsu, but Atsu doesn't want to be friends with him. So what Atsu did is Atsu blocked him on Twitter. So there's no way that Braxophone could reach out to Atsu. The only way that Braxophone wants to be friends with Atsu is through a Hoyoverse stuff. And don't ask me why Braxophone wants to be friends with Atsu so badly. But Braxophone really wants to be friends with Atsu. They have to be friends. Braxophone needs to attend party and needs to be friends with Atsu. So this is why Braxophone reached out to Hoyoverse staff to try to reach out to Atsu, because there's no other way that Braxophone could reach out to Atsu if you didn't follow the entire thing, right? So apparently Atsu blocked Braxophone on Twitter and on Discord as well, so he couldn't reach out. So the only other method is either through a Hoyoverse staff or maybe through Tecton, but Tecton wasn't friend with Atsu at that moment, I think. Secret Lover, yeah, Secret Lover maybe.
Now, I'm quitting content creation and I'm
Manipulation.
moving away from the entire community.
I don't know what was that about,
Posting
right? But
sponsored videos does not mean that a creator has signed a long-term contract. That is true. Are we going to pretend that you have not signed a long-term contract, though? You and some of your friends were on long-term Hoyoverse contracts sometime within the past 2 years.
okay.
I know people were on the same contract as you. I was not on the contract that you were on. I have done contractual work for Hoyoverse, which I have disclosed in my own
Why does these two matter?
document.
Like,
So I don't know if this is meant to be...
the fact that Braxophone put all of this tells me that he's cloud chasing, because he's literally trying to say it's all about him trying to get to the party to try to get contract with Hoyoverse. Like, I think intention is very important, right? What is Braxophone's intention? Oh, does he just want to go to the party to be friends? Or does he just want to go to the party for cloud chasing? Like, him putting this here, Braxophone putting this here about contract stuff shows that he really wants the contract as well. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, he literally pretty much exposed himself, in a way. Like, if this contract thing doesn't matter and he just want to be friends, he wouldn't have put these questions here. Like, I don't think this 14 quiz question is really weird to begin with. But that's my vibe, right? I'm just letting you guys know my vibe. I don't know any of this content creator, but this is, as someone that's a third party, neutral, trying to look at from this perspective. You're mentioning contracts multiple times. Okay, he knows about long-term contract. He knows about, some of his friends have this contract even, but he doesn't have it. So maybe he wants it. So it gives me that perspective.
Some haha gotcha. But yes, this was the reason why I kept this whole contract thing a secret for you and for other people, is because it was gonna cause a shitstorm.
Breaching NDA can have okay.
Did he reference the contract himself? No, he didn't. True or false, breaching NDA can have dire consequences. True, which is why I did not want to take the path of exposing your contract. True or false, sometimes NDAs can state that you are not allowed to disclose that you had an NDA, or that the NDA exists with the caveat that it can be disclosed under court order or other methods for legal action. That is true. But I am not certain what is in your NDA. True or false, sometimes one may need to deny that they got a contract to avoid hundreds of thousands of dollars in repercussions. I think this makes it clear that...
Deny that they got a contract to avoid hundreds of thousands.
This is Brax's way of saying that he had a contract, and I appreciate that. And like I said, he had an NDA. He can't talk about this stuff.
Sure. Makes sense.
I'm hoping, this is his way of saying, yeah, I did have an NDA, and yeah, I did lie about the contract, and I appreciate that. It's obviously a smart way to go about it, but...
I'm not sure about that.
It's fine. Your mental health is neither my fault nor my responsibility. Also true. I said that today on stream multiple times, and I do plan to say that in my video. Neko P cheating on me has nothing to do with Braxophone. Braxophone is not sat there
of course, yeah,
in Neko P's ear whispering, cheat on Atsu, cheat on Atsu, cheat on Atsu.
Yep.
Your fall in viewership in Genshin Impact directly correlates with the game's overall viewership and not my document. This is false. You can literally see from which day after you posted your document after Tectone made his video, that my views literally fall off the cliff.
Really? Damn.
This is definitely false. And I literally showed you my channel in a call, and you're like, yeah, I can see where they dropped off. And it was right after your document.
Okay, so that one was false, I guess.
You lied to your audience about the conclusions we reached in person pertaining to this drama in order to make yourself seem more like a victim. Also false.
False?
You specifically said to me, I can write whatever I wanted to write and you'll be able to handle it. What you're saying I lied to you, what have I lied to my audience about? The conclusion...
You lied to your audience about the conclusions we reached in person pertaining to this drama in order to make yourself seem more like a victim. What conclusion? If the conclusion is Atsu can write whatever he wants, that should be...
Conclusions we reached, and I said to you multiple times, that I do not want to take this to mentioning your NDA, to mentioning your contract. But the only way this is gonna, the only other way to do this is for you to clear my name of your own volition. And you said yourself, it doesn't really make sense for you to do that.
I think he will provide some screenshots as well. We'll see. It's all Tectone's fault. Tectone did amplify the drama a little bit.
I don't know if he's deleted DMs, but...
But at the same time, Tectone doesn't like him. Tectone doesn't like Atsu as far as I know. So there's that to begin with. I don't know what happened in the past. I never really followed the past drama, but this one is between Braxophone and Atsu. But of course, Tectone did take this opportunity to sort of maybe counter-attack for what happened in the past. I don't know.
I will show this.
Oh, he's gonna show something. He's gonna show something that shouldn't be shown, guys. Some secret, high-tech stuff that should not be shown. This is the most childish document. You got cooked. Cringe is unreal.
This was what I originally wanted.
Okay, so, look at this. This is the proof, right?
The
in the
context
DM?
is I did not want to talk about Brax's NDA. I really, really did not want to do this. I wanted to go about this in the least destructive way possible.
Okay.
So then Brax saying, is there anything specific you want me to say? I say to basically clear my name, a lot of the allegations, accusations. I feel like my words will hold zero weight unless I break NDA, as in his NDA. Because if you say something and you don't even need to break the NDA, then that would be a way to avoid talking about the contract. Because Braxophone did not want me to talk about the contract. I did not want to talk about his contract.
They can't talk about the contract. Yeah.
I really didn't. And then he's saying, so are you saying you want me to clear the allegations that aren't contract related so that your word holds weight without having to bring up the contract at all? This is confirmation, by the way, that he does have the contract, by the way. And then I said, if you were to say that, I don't think it would even matter at that point what I say and whether it held any weight. Well, I guess one of the big ones is that I manipulated Hoyoverse into not working with you and blacklisting you. I can't really refute that without breaking the NDA from my end. The alternative being you just vehemently refute that narrative without bringing up any NDA. And then Brack says, think. I can't think of any natural way to do this because in my opinion, what this reads as if I randomly come out with it, that you basically convinced me to say something which I think looks bad, not only for me due to the backtracking, but also on you for getting me to say it. He is the one that did not want me. He does not want me to talk about his contract, yet he is not willing to clear my name. Like, what kind of bullshit is that?
Braxophone can't clear his name, can't clear Atsu's name because by Braxophone saying that oh actually the contract thing is false, people will know that Braxophone has a contract. And Braxophone doesn't want people to know. And also I'm not sure if Braxophone and Atsu are in good terms. Again, I still feel like Braxophone didn't like Atsu. He doesn't like Atsu. That's my vibe right now, right? I kind of feel that. Yeah, it's just hard, I think, because if he says, oh, actually this is... Because if Braxophone says... By Braxophone clearing Atsu's name, Braxophone is going to admit that his first document was wrong, right? Why would he admit that his first document is wrong? Because his first document is literally what Tecton used to attack Atsu, right? So if he say it's wrong, Tecton is also wrong. So now everyone is going to be wrong. So Braxophone is going to cause so much damage to everyone else. You see what I'm saying? So Braxophone sort of have to like double down at this point. He can't really clear Atsu's name. Because if Braxophone is wrong, a lot of people are actually wrong because a lot of people actually follows what Braxophone said in the document. Tecton and a few other big content creators, I believe. And I can see from his perspective, it's probably not worth it. Why would he please Atsu? Because there's more people to please on the other side. If you guys have been following the drama, right?
Why am I meant to say... for 4 months, I kept this a secret. I started talking to Braxophone like within a week after this drama happened. I knew about the contract and I kept it a secret and I protected his secret for so long. For 4 months, and he cannot even bring himself to have the decency to clear my name for many of the things that he lied about regarding this contract. And I literally told him multiple times, I don't want to talk about the contract. I don't want to get you in trouble. I don't want to get other Hoyoverse stuff
This
in trouble.
reminds me
I don't
of
want to get
Days
other
of Our
content
Lives.
creators in trouble. I don't want Tectone to come after you. I told him time and time and time and again, even in person, I told him, I don't want to break your NDA. I don't want to talk about it, but you are not giving me a choice unless you are willing to say something yourself. And 4 months passed. Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Yep.
So here I am. I had to expose the NDA. You have your confirmation now that this contract exists. You have it now. The confirmation that the contract does exist.
So there is a contract with Hoyoverse. I think that's pretty much the confirmation that he's trying to say. This reminds me of the drama between girls during high school. Sure, a little bit, right? Tecton come after you. Tecton might come after him, yeah? Depending. If Braxophone lied, Tecton is just gonna expose him.
Then at the end, Brack says, true or false, you betrayed my trust and dragged my name through the dirt after I was open and honest with you about everything, even confiding in you as you did me, despite our long talks and discussions about everything, working together to find solutions. And this was This was what I originally wanted. Was I did not want to have to come out and talk about this contract and talk about this stupid party. I did not want to talk about Jake. I didn't want to talk about Dish. I didn't want to talk about any of this stuff that I got blamed for because of what Brax wrote. But Brax could not bring himself to just put out a document or put out a video saying, I'm sorry, this was not true. This was not about Atsu. This was not this, and this.
It does feel that way, right?
It to come to this point.
It does feel like Jake and
and it says, before I say anything else, I'm truly sorry for what has happened. No matter what has happened between us, I'm grateful you're alive. I'm not going to sit here and act like everything I said in my initial document is true, but I will say I'm genuinely sad because I felt like we worked everything out. So,
okay, let's see. He's going to show another screenshot with Braxophone, I believe. This will provide more context and more proof, I guess. It is against their contract to inform people that they have it.
So the start of this is me talking about my trip in Japan, or rather a trip to LA, I think, for a Hoyoverse event.
Okay.
So this is like the Hoyoverse event that both me and Brax were invited to. And Brax is saying, either way, I was going to say, if they do any sort of promo on that, it will get people talking about it, or rather you and I think if you want to clarify things, that's the best time to do so, which is what I've done, like after that video has gone up now, or even just talk about it in general. Earlier, I almost told you to just do it. Throw people under the bus like they did to you. It's not fair that people not taking accountability causes you to front everything.
So Brax is literally asking Atsu to throw people under the bus. Because these people, I assume, is both Jake and Dish. So Brax is asking, yo Atsu, just throw these people under the bus, let them take accountability, and because you are the one that's causing everything. And I do think that there's a little bit of truth to this. It does feel like Jake also didn't like Brax, right? As for Dish, I'm not sure. I need to look into it a bit, but it does feel like Atsu is getting blamed for what Jake and Dish perhaps did, right? I need to look more into it. That's what it seems like. Atsu definitely is not. He did not like Braxophone for sure, but I think he's getting blamed more than he should. When some of his friends probably trash talk and stuff.
This is from Brax. He knows so much of the stuff that he blamed me for is not actually my fault. So when I say I'm not going to take accountability for things I didn't do, this is from Brax, guys.
Okay.
This is literally Brax's own words.
Braxophone literally wrote this.
He knows I did not do so many of the things that he blamed me for initially. And said, but I think realistically, that would be pretty damaging for you and your friendships. I know it would. And honestly, it might come off as desperate since it's been so long. I think it needs to be sort of a natural thing if you want people to believe you or be more willing to reason. Tectone is not going to like it, but I don't think he ever will. All right, I never wanted to post these DMs, guys.
I can't believe Braxophone wrote this. Tectone is not going to like it, but I don't think he ever will.
But like, if he is going to lie on my name and he refuses to own up to the stuff he lied to me and he lied about me, and when he knows that I did not do so many of these things to him, and he's just been sitting there knowing that the whole time, and he's telling me how I should go about clearing my own name when he is the one who made accusations about me, and I still try to work with him. I still try to work with him and get a way to clear my name without having to put out such damning information about him and this contract and all of these things.
Afraid of Tectone? This doesn't happen in Wuthering Wave as well. Tectone isn't going to like it. He's going to love it. He's going to love it, farming more drama, right? Grim Reaper of content creator? Damn. Grim Reaper. I think that screenshot says a lot of things about Braxophone, right? I feel like that's Braxophone's own words as well. The fact that Braxophone asked Atsu to throw his friends under the bus.
I'm not going to sit here and act like everything I said in my initial document is true, but I was saying, Jenny said I felt like we had worked everything out. But you knew
that's pretty crazy.
I had in you from our more recent discussions because basically shucks any and all
Let me see, this one is just him reading this. We already read this as well.
That stemmed from basically all information being kept from me. I tried to introduce myself to Saki once. She didn't give me her name, understandably, but she also didn't tell me she was a VTuber or someone who wished to remain anonymous. The same was true for later that night. I never knew who she was. I never been part of circles to ask everyone's permission to post photos, as is evident by the fact that I never asked.
Tekton will always
in different circles.
attack Atsu.
My first experience with any of that was with all of
I don't know if they are still enemies.
At this point, I don't bear any ill will towards you or Saki, but I would hope that going forward you include that it was a mistake that falls on both parties, rather than paint me out as a villain. I'm not here to tell you what you do and don't post on your channel, but I absolutely felt like you could have done more to be accurate about that situation. By the way, Braxophone contacted 3 different Hoyoverse staff regarding Atsu. I only remember contacting 2. One was me venting about feeling specifically isolated by that
we already read this earlier. Is there any more like
the
secret screenshots? Oh wait, there's screenshots here.
Of Braxophone to other creators and industry professionals, literally done in the screenshots shared by Atsu.
Okay, let's have a look at this. He'll provide more proof, I think.
Okay, let's take a look at these screenshots. Can't believe I have to type this, but although I do not trust nor like him, if you want to be friends with Braxophone, it is totally fine. Omega Law, I have been told he's going around to Hoyoverse stuff complaining that I'm not befriending him. As a result, he cannot gain access to you guys. Am I just not stating the truth here? How is this spreading hate and literally in my own screenshots? We are also all connected to the same people that Brax were talking about. I said, I assume other CCs too, but he asked those 3 to be middleman to communicate with me when he could have just DM'd me like the last time he did. Anyway, after this ordeal,
so this was before Braxophone got the contract, I assume, right?
I can't be us dealing with people like him, but likewise to Tecto and whoever else, I hope people do not feel obliged to avoid people for my sake. Well, last time he DM'd me, he asked me about our relationship since
there's no hate here, yeah.
Honest answer. So I straight up told him I don't like him. And Fob laughs.
I don't think Atsu was hating Braxophone. Atsu just said, hey, I can't be friends with Braxophone, but if you guys want to be friends with him, go ahead. I think that's fair, right? I do think that that's fair.
Passing it off to other people. Some people can twist that as, oh, Atsu controls Hoyoverse. But if I recommend other people to take an opportunity that I want to pass off, that is not me controlling Hoyoverse to give this person an opportunity. I'm giving them recommendations. Clearly, this podcast has never happened. So does that mean they got contracts for it? No, they did.
Yep, the podcast is a different thing. Let's look at this. Braxophone's actions are entitled in nature. It does seem like that, right? I would love to hear what Braxophone has to say. If he ever make a video, I'll try to look into it, because I think Braxophone is just trying to clout chase, right? He really wants the contract, it seems like. Again, you know, like I understand that money makes a lot of people do bad things to each other. I understand. This is just like the human nature for the longest time ever, right? Money, greed. It's just, you know, we have learned this in history. Come on, like what are we pretending, right? It just is always that way. So why are we surprised that it's happening to content creators as well? So, you know,
NMPX.
If the contract can give you a lot of money, you know, I can see why he would want that. This will go like Genshin Law. Genshin Law.
Edgelord gone picture.
Atsu didn't tell people to not be friends with others. Yeah.
Why throw him? Jesus, this guy's pathetic. You need to unplug your PC for real. You're obviously doing this to get your numbers back up after everyone. I'm literally quitting. Then why throw him under the bus again? Fuck clearing his name. You guys squashed the shit and now you want to go out with a bang and bring as many down with you as possible. Nobody with a brain believes you're clearing your name, BS. I'm assuming you were not here earlier, but this is just for you. Don't ban this person, guys. XNMP, I mean, it says you were here 1 hour ago, but I already showed this screenshot. I don't...
Now, a lot of people... Here's the problem, right? You can never convince this guy. Atsu can never... Atsu is wasting his time. Atsu can never convince this guy. This guy clearly doesn't like him. It's so obvious. The only person they should convince is a neutral person. You should never, like... Probably this guy doesn't like Atsu. Maybe he's like a Tecton viewer and Tecton doesn't like Atsu, and I get it, right? Nothing wrong with that. That's just how things work. But you're wasting time explaining to this guy. Like, the only person that you should be explaining to is the neutral person. So Atsu is going to have his own fans that will watch him no matter what. Atsu is going to have his haters, but the neutral person is the one that you want to convince, not this kind of person.
I don't know if you are here. If you are here,
this drama made me glad I left Genshin.
please say so,
You left
because I
Genshin.
want you to see this. I want to see how you respond to this.
The guy is why the world is full of haters.
Yeah, we believe you're really quitting. You do this shit and immediately go online and get...
I don't believe this guy read Atsu's documents at all. I don't think he even read one. Maybe he read one page. I think he just listened to what other content creators say and he just watched the video. A lot of people don't really read both sides. They read one side and then they be like, oh yeah, this guy is wrong. Like for me, I try to read both sides. I read Braxophone's document. I also read Atsu's document, and I come with a more neutral standpoint. Right? It does take a lot of time. I get it. 4 hours. Plus today, how many hours have I've been looking at this for 1 hour plus? Yeah, I understand. It's a lot of time.
Said I'm gonna do one
I know not everybody will do that. But you know, I feel
anyway,
like you just got, if you want to have a fair perspective, you just got to do that, right?
when we say
Takes
we
a lot of
squash
time.
the shit,
Takes a lot of
it's
time.
because it was established that a lot of things Brax wrote about me which were not true, or he was wrong about, or he was misguided about. And I asked him to clear that up. And he didn't.
Yeah, this is a
He kept
proof.
stringing me along for 3 months. And yeah, I was like, yeah, it's...
Braxophone literally doesn't want to clear Atsu's name. He say, I can't think of any natural way to do this. I think he just doesn't want to. I think Braxophone just doesn't want to, or he doesn't care.
It's squashed. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. And I was talking to him for 3 months in private. We met face to face. We literally met face to face. And from my understanding, it seemed like he was going to do it. It seemed like he was going to clear my name.
People can read, but if everything labeled as a lie, then it is as good as read and nothing. Well, I don't know what are you looking at. This is literally screenshots of Braxophone and Atsu. Like, are you saying that this is fake? Like, if you're saying that this is fake, that's fine, but you need to prove that this is fake, right?
But he never did. And we're now in July. Sorry, we're now in June. This
Content
started
is
in
content.
February.
Content is content, yeah.
So when I say I thought we squashed the shit, yeah, I thought we did. And I thought he was going to clear my name, but he never did.
I doubt any of this is fake.
He never did.
Because if that screenshot is fake, Braxophone can just come out and say, oh, this is how it looks like, the actual one. He can never fake this. I know it's easy to make like AI stuff, right? But it's so easy for Braxophone to just come out and say this is all fake. I don't think any of this is fake. Because he hasn't done that, right? It's so obvious. Because showing all of this is looking really, really bad on Braxophone right now. It's looking really, really bad. If it's fake, Braxophone would have just come out and just say, oh, all of this is fake. Here's my proof. But he haven't said anything ever since. It's been 18 hours, I think, since the Atsu stream, right? Either way, I was gonna say if they do any sort of promo, okay. Braxophone even say, I almost told you, just do it. Throw people under the bus like they did to you. Braxophone is asking Atsu to basically expose Jake, Toronto, and I believe Dish as well. And I don't know who else is involved, but like people that are close to Atsu. It's not fair that people are not taking accountability, causes you to front everything. So Atsu is basically taking the blame for whatever Jake and whatever, Dish is doing as well. But I'm not saying that Atsu is fully innocent, but it does feel like he's taking more blame than he should.
I told him earlier that I was thinking of just throwing everyone under the bus,
Brax responded.
including him. He
Is
said,
there a new
"Earlier, I almost
response
told you
or
to
the
just
same
do it.
document?"
Throw people under the bus like they did to you. It's not fair that people not taking accountability causes you to front everything. But I think realistically that would be pretty damaging for you and your friendships. And honestly, it might come off as desperate since it's been so long. I think it needs to be sort of a natural thing if you want people to believe you.
No, he hasn't
Be
responded.
more willing to reason. And it's like, what do you mean, man? Like, people will believe it if he just cleared my name and I didn't have to bring out other receipts. I didn't have to talk about other content creators, and I didn't have to talk about
normal
his
tactic.
NDA.
Normal tactic. Any tech guy can verify fake or not. Zyox is getting sexual assault allegations. Yeah, I heard that as well. That's crazy, man. That is a serious accusation.
That wanted me to avoid
That's a
talking
serious
about the
accusation.
contract. I also wanted to avoid talking about his contract. I did not want it to end up like this because he has been good to me. And I don't think he is this evil, evil person. I really don't.
He just seemed like a cloud chaser, right? That's it, right? He just won the contract and stuff based on the vibes that I'm seeing from both ends. I think that's pretty much the screenshot, right, between them? Or is there more? Oh, there's even more screenshots.
And I will show you the continuation of this conversation as
okay,
well.
let's see. Those are the DMs between both of them. Those DMs, man. Brax is actually Atsu's lover. Why does Brax want Atsu for himself? He's a dude. He just wants to attend parties. He's a party lover.
This might be somewhat damning. Okay, this is literally the continuation of this conversation.
Okay.
As you can see, that would be pretty damaging for you and your friendships. And honestly, it might come off as desperate. And I specifically said to him, this would include me throwing you under the bus too, though. And I do not wish to throw any of you guys under the bus. And Brax, this guy has the audacity to say, oh, I don't mean about contracts. And then I said, every other day, it's just been playing on my mind what I even want to say and how I would say it. I've been thinking of ways to speak what I feel need to be said in the most neutral way possible, but it's pretty hard to do so without it incriminating others. Even contracts aside, I think it would still be throwing you under the bus because my main goal is to put to rest the false narratives or allegations that came from your initial doc. And he says, I feel like we already did a bit of that, but I see what you mean. And I said, a little, but I think the damage was already done and people thought you only said those things to move on from the drama.
Okay. Not the contracts. Brax sounds like a double agent.
This is from Brax, guys. This is what Brax said to me. And for the longest time, I didn't want to talk about the contracts. He didn't want me to talk about the contracts. He's literally telling me here, like, okay, throw people under the bus. Oh, but not about the contracts.
What does that mean?
And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I will try not to do that. But, like, it's really difficult for me to not talk about the shit that you lied about.
Brax lied. Damn. Even Tecton will be defending Brax on this one, especially after his whole spiel about content creator trust and authenticity. I don't know, actually. Because this is mostly between Atsu and Brax, right? Tecton is just like a... Like, he just have a beef last time.
Already sloppy Big Mac style or mega low? That's funny.
But yeah, Brax literally said all of these things here, right? Brax is a brat. Brax was upset he couldn't
throw people
sit with
under
the cool
the
kids.
bus, not me though. No. Before people get the wrong idea, yes, it looks like that here. Yes, like from these messages, it looks like, oh yeah, Brax is asking me to throw everyone else.
Except for Brax. But he include everyone. Tecton is going to find a way to make this about himself.
It looks that way. However, when we spoke face to face, and I want to make this clear, when I say he was nice to me and he was good to me and he was transparent, he even said to me face to face, like if you have to throw me under the bus, then just do it. Like, I will take it. He will deal with it however you want.
Does he have more proof? I think he's trying to find more proof. There's more law in
giving
this.
him the benefit of the doubt. No, but like, you have to understand though, like from his point of view,
these are all very
I
complicated,
am the one,
right?
For the longest time, he felt was fucking his life up. Yes, it was a false assumption, but like that doesn't change the hurt that he felt. And like having spoken to him, I know he was hurting. I know a lot of this is problems that he created for himself and then he pinned on me, but it doesn't change the fact that he still hurt a lot. And a lot of it was tied to some of my friends and also to myself.
Yeah, some is mostly
and
his
for that,
friends.
I truly, truly feel sorry for it. But at the same time, like, I cannot go about my life. I cannot move on with my life knowing
There's no
that
skip
so
button
many
again,
people think I'm this evil, horrible human being that went out of my way to sabotage Brax's monetary gains, monetary financial
Only Atsu providing proof. Brax
opportunities
never show anything. Yeah.
that went after his career.
I want to see Brax show proof for it or explain his side. Brax wrote the document, but the document is a bit weird, right? The quiz stuff, like, I don't know, man. But it does feel like the main factor is the party thing. The party that Brax go and dogs Jake's girlfriend. That seems to be it.
If someone else is organizing it and a party, he's like not wanting to be friends is fair, but refusing to be in the same space as him is really childish and puts everyone in a position where they have to choose between people, which is just unfair to everyone. And when people say refusing to be in a space together, first of all, if I am the one organizing a dinner, a gathering, or a party,
you have your rights to choose.
To invite whoever I want,
yep.
And I don't have to invite anyone that I don't want to invite.
Yep.
So Brax feels excluded from that. Yeah, it might feel bad for him, but like if I'm the one organizing it, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yep, that's true.
If someone else is organizing it and they want to be friends with Brax and want to avoid me, that shouldn't be an issue either. They can either just tell me, or they can just invite him, and it will be fine. I will just not talk to him. I just don't want to be on stuff like collabs with him. I don't want someone to like have this spontaneous collab and all of a sudden it turns out that we are going to be in like the same group. I remember one time, I think it was with Tectone, Tech was going to like put me in the same collab with Sekapoko or something. And like he was not aware of my history with Sekapoko. I
Damn,
just never
history.
wanted anything like that to happen again. And this is like an online collab. Now, if any of these people that Brax wanted to befriend actually wanted to befriend Brax,
history with Sekapoko.
Again, like they should have reached out to him.
It's hard to keep track.
Am I making sense right now? Because I did not go out of my way to tell every single person, don't put me in the same space as Brax. There have been times we have been in the same space. On the Anime Expo stage, he was there too. He came in like a pretty Giga Chad Tartaglia cosplay. I didn't even recognize him at first because he was so tall and in the Tartaglia cosplay. I was like, oh, hello there. And this is the Anime Expo stage where he was like talking about my pay cut, which I took for Jake and Ant. Like, we can still be in the same space. It just means, like, I'm not necessarily going to talk to him. And it's fine. But, like, for example, the parties that he addressed to me, okay? These are the
no,
ones
Brax have to go to the party.
He talked about. The very first party he had an issue with was from Angelus in New York City, Anime NYC. At that time, I'm not close to Angelus, and no one knows that I have an issue with Brax. No one knows that. Angelus is not invited to this party. However, some of Brax's friends, like Aaron Hungry, is invited to this party. He hears about it and he thinks it's my fault. That has nothing to do with
I
me.
play both sides.
That
I
in
come
my
on
list
top.
has absolutely nothing to do with me. The next one is the one that I can remember, San Diego TwitchCon. San Diego TwitchCon was a party I hosted. I hosted that party, so that's self-explanatory. Of course, I'm not going to invite him to a party that I was hosting if I'm not friends.
Yep, fair enough.
Then we have Jake's Anime Expo party. Jake, unrelated to me, does not like Braxophone, so of course he's not going to invite Braxophone as well.
I think that was also one factor. Jake didn't invite Braxophone, and Braxophone keep thinking that, oh, it must be Atsu. I think Braxophone just didn't know that Jake didn't like him as well. Braxophone always thought that only Atsu is the one. So it is like a couple of
and then we
layers
have
of things,
something
right?
he mentioned in his document, which is like this Hoyo Creator event, which isn't sponsored.
Just to get into party, yeah, party is very important.
Paid for this, and my friends bought me a Zhongli birthday cake because it coincided with my birthday cake, and Brax thought that I was in charge of the guest list and the people who went to that were tied to me, which is not the case because this is where I met Hai Yun 2 for the first time, who I've never met before, who has caused a lot of problems during this drama. This is also where we had the unfortunate incident of meeting Elliot Gindi, the previous voice actor for Tignari.
Okay.
What an unpleasant experience that was. So this has nothing to do with it as well. So yes, this is a valid point.
He met the Tignari voice actor. That's the one that grooming children, right? That's the one that grooming children. And then a Tignari voice actor get replaced, remember? They replaced the Tignari voice actor because he was proven to groom children. Damn. He actually met him in real life. Such a pleb. Such a pleb. Okay.
I don't believe this has actually happened.
Is that the one that's sexual assault? No, that's someone else, right? There's a few Genshin sexual assaulters apparently. I don't know. It's kind of complicated. It's so complicated, man. Yeah, it seems like he's pretty much playing the game after this, right? Yeah, he's just playing the game after this.
To a lot of other fun. Like, I've played the combat system, it's fun. I don't like the camera, but I think... Have I read Sakamoto Days? I really like Sakamoto Days. I'm very excited.
Huge! Electro bonus is better for her, is it? Okay, anyways, let's continue a little bit more. Because there's some extra stuff on Twitter that he didn't mention right here. So let's just first talk about, this is between, we already settled the Jake part. The Jake part we already settled. Jake didn't like Brax. But what about Dish or Darak? Let's see then. About Dish, I would rather not do this. But since private messages from our circle of trust have been aired out, I now need to show some things to clear up Atsu's accusations against me. This is a horrible situation all around, and I just want to get this part over with. Leaker, perhaps. By the way, are you guys free tomorrow or not? Perhaps. This is a circle of trust. What does this have anything to do with anything? He's asking you if you guys are free. Am I crazy? What does this prove? What does this prove? It doesn't prove anything. Atsu deleted or kicked us all out Bozo server just before he posted his document. I got wind that he might delete the server, so I grabbed screenshots in case he decided to breach our trust. All people shown below have given approval to be included in this thread. Okay, I don't know who Freak is. So this server, okay. What can she show that proves it? Accusation number 1. Okay, let's see. Atsu is getting accusation. Okay. Accusation. Atsu is false. Let's see then. Her response is bad too. I responded and apologized to Brax in the way that I did to save face for PR. I know what was in my heart during these difficult decisions. I am not perfect. I was not always honorable. I realized my wrongdoing, and I do not regret apologizing for it. Personally, I feel like I owe him an apology. I'm getting upset. It's okay, Dish, I'm lost for words. Dish is Dosh, is it? I will do my best to reply in a way that does not undercut you, Atsu. I will speak about myself and how I handled this, okay? This is not Discord though, right? Is this Discord? Okay, let's see then, let's see. It's so small. Okay, I'm waiting for Brax for private discussion. I'm sure he would like to sit. I consider making a video to debunk a lot of the false stuff. I feel like you heavily threw me under the bus to save your face. Whether that was your intention or not, I cannot tell anymore, which makes me sad, as I don't like this feeling of doubt and eggshells I'm walking on at the moment. I'm sure this will pass, and it's just down to the overwhelming stress right now. Much of the document that Braxophone wrote was hearsay, with no proof, citing third-party sources. He name-dropped you and Joshua, and of course also referred to videos we have been in together as me using you for growth. This is the Braxophone's first document, by the way. If you have felt that way, I wish you would have been transparent about that with me. If you don't feel that way, I'm disappointed you didn't make comment on that when that's one of his major accusations thrown at me. While it might not have been your intent, people are using your response, amongst others, and weaponizing it against me to validate the whole entire document without a second thought and challenge for any proof. Having said all of that, I think your apology to Braxophone was fine and fair. I'm glad you were able to get that off your chest. I also understand now that there's much to reflect on, which is why I will be able to discuss with him in private. I'm sorry for the grief. Before I say anything else, can you explain how this two statements align with each other. I feel like you heavily threw me under the bus to save face. Your apology to Brax was fine and fair. Are you free to call? I understand you have a lot going on. So if now is not the time, no worries. Thank you for being honest. You can take my word or not, but my only intention with reply to Brax was to apologize for where I had judged him with no real formulated opinion of my own, and stop carrying past that initial anime expo party spat. And I replied publicly because his post was public. Dish literally, in a way, she literally just shot herself by saying this. She shouldn't have showed this DM. She admitted here, my only intention with reply to Brax was to apologize for where I had judged him with no real formulated opinion of my own. So she admit that she judged Brax, I assume negatively, right here in her own sentence. Literally, this is her own sentence, not someone else saying that she did. She literally just... Why did she post this? This is so bad. Why did she post this? She's supposed to expose Atsu, not make herself look bad. Now she's already making herself look bad by saying that. She was using someone else's opinion. This is her, right? I don't know, man. So basically she had some sort of like an opinion about Rexophone, basically. He had something, she self-report pretty much, yeah. I needed to be honest about how I got to that point with Brax, and that meant bringing up the first interaction and impression. I'm sorry for the grief that caused you. I can call, but only if you think a call would be wise right now. It'll be easier to get my thoughts and feelings across as opposed to typing. Give me a minute, let me just say first, okay? I'm Omega sleep deprived. Communication is debuff. I do get emotional in conversations about serious stuff. Let me put this in text, okay? I understand why you think I should have responded to the claims he made, but after I read the document, I had one singular conviction towards Brax, and it was that I owe him an apology for my negligence. The document was massive and far too complex for me to respond to. Certainly not before you did, and when I read your response, I determined it was not a sentiment I could get behind, so in my reply I followed my conscience and had no other ill intent. I expected a great volume of backlash, which there is, but Brax reply to me quieted down a lot. I would be staying quiet if I apologize privately, and damage controlling if I apologize publicly. No winning. So she's trying to damage control or what? Okay, this doesn't prove what Atsu said was wrong or anything. What did Atsu say? I don't see anything here. Accusation 1, she only apologized to Brax to save face for PR. So where's the proof? What? Okay, so this is accusation 1. Accusation 2. I was previously aware of Atsu's feelings toward Brax. The proof being that I used an emote to react to a message in the convo below. Counter evidence, I told Atsu directly that I do not remember. This frankly was just a miscommunication. My fault and his. So the proof 1 is like, I don't really count that as a proof, what the heck. The example of this conversation, Atsu. Can't believe I have to type this out, although I do not trust him, okay. Oh, we saw this, right? Does not align with what you or Jake have said, or Fob, or anyone that took part in this convo. Oh, she did reply. Atsu, I don't even remember reading the second message in there. You reacted to something in this conversation, so you did read that convo. Yeah, she did. She reacted with the cake L picture, right? She's the one that reacted with the cake L picture in the screenshot. Miscommunication, so now she said she didn't read it, okay. Accusation 3. I reviewed Atsu's 55-page document to see if there was anything damning about me. Again, PR. Counter evidence. He gave a group of us the draft doc to proofread, and I annotated the entire document, which further corroborated that I held Atsu. So Atsu added these people to the group. No liquor man, I go to bed now. Any previous files I sent are outdated and have been revised. I will annotate. Okay. So she helped Atsu proofread the document. Okay, these are the proof of her helping to proofread, I guess. Okay. Let's see. And then she said, looks good to me. I don't mind what you say about me, my or our responses. I 100% understand those felt bad to read. Even worse, the way people contorted them to fit a different narrative. Good job. Any idea when is Brax posting his own document? He's streaming at the moment, so I don't know. I'd like to post ASAP so I can move on with my life. Smiley face. This is not proof of nothing though. What is this? What is the accusation here? The accusation, Atsu accused Dish. Okay, accusation number 3, Atsu accused Dish of helping to proofread, but she actually didn't try to proofread. She just tried to see if Atsu write anything bad about her in the document. And Dish's proof is she did help Atsu to proofread by correcting, by her putting this red remarks here is her correcting Atsu's document. But it's not proof though, because you could still do both. You could still proofread and still try to see if Atsu say anything bad about you. And conveniently, Atsu did not, I think. So there's that. Accusation number 4. I am two-faced, supporting Atsu's behavior in private while condemning them in public. Counter evidence. Sorry for any strays you will be catching. I understand if you all don't want to associate with me anymore. Please let me know where we stand in DMs. Okay. Let's see. Hi Grandpa. I'm still processing all that has transpired in the last 24 hours and I don't have my thoughts together, but I want to ease your concern about public association. I do not intend to do that. Both Joshua and I care for you as our friend. And friends don't abandon each other because of bad PR. This is a complicated situation with so many parties involved, all of which, including myself, have defaulted in varying degrees. You have gotten a lot thrown in your face. Ultimately, this is a discussion for another time. But I will be transparent with you. I was disappointed to read your QRT of Brax last night. For most of our friendship, I've experienced your best side in that message. Feel like I saw your worst. Okay. So this is proof that she still want to be friends with Atsu. Okay. Which is, I think, good, right? Thanks for the transparency. I'm waiting Brax for private discussion. I'm sure he would like to let it sit for now. I considered making a video to debunk a lot of the false information. Okay. So there's that. So basically Atsu, she's trying to prove to people that she's supporting Atsu in private. Condemning Atsu in public. It does seem like she's supporting Atsu in public though, right? I mean in private. Internet will never forget this drama. Atsu did not mention the 5-hour call we, Bozosaru, had with him to confront him for his behavior, bad-mouthing, judgmentalism, and exclusion. All of us acknowledged that he needed to change, and we held this call ultimately out of love for our friend. Whew. Sorry Boab and many of you, I would like to sit in the call with you all and talk about it if people are okay with that. I think talking is better than typing for a lot of you for these kind of things. I think there are many things you all been keeping to yourselves and that I've also been keeping to myself, and I would like to personally get these things on my chest and have everyone to do so if they wish to. I would like to talk when you guys are ready. Okay? Many of the personal issues between individuals in that call have been resolved privately. There's no need for speculation or attempts to incite further conflict. I bring this call up to show you all that we all attempted to show Atsu the error of his ways. He also didn't bring up any statement in support of his outdated document, which I shared the day after he posted it. What is this? No one but my manager and myself gets contracts for me. I'm fully capable of earning sponsorships and partnerships on my own and my own merit. Joshua, my husband, myself and Brax are all on good terms and have been since we met. There are tough conversations occurring behind closed doors. Ultimately, I believe those should remain private. This number 2 doesn't align with the previous statements that she brought up. Again, didn't she say something about Brax? Where is it? This one. So like, can you see like the misalign here of what she says here? Number 2, Joshua, my husband, myself. So Dish and her husband and Brax are all on good terms and have been since we met. But right here, she literally say, my intention with reply to Brax was to apologize for where I had judged him with no real formulated opinion. What? So you clearly had an issue previously. And then this one, like, since they met, they are on good terms. Can you guys see, like, there's a bit of inconsistency right here? Like, there's literally, like, when you just read through this evidence, even amongst this evidence, there's a little bit of stuff that's, like, misaligned. So I don't know who to, you know, who to believe. But definitely seems a bit weird. Liar. They are bad at lying. I think one could be just PR response, one could be a, you know, different thing. Things spiral out of control so quickly in this space, miscommunications have ripple effects. Negative comment from one streamer about another sends a horde of bystanders with nothing to lose, who are going to say things 10 times worse. Tension builds and it is really hard to speak up with an audience. And God forbid you misspoke, because that lives in the internet forever. Friend and colleague is often an impossible balance to strike. True. At the end of the day, your favorite content creators and your least favorite content creators are just human beings. Most of us are just trying to do our best and to own up to it when we don't. Okay, this is apologize to the community. Okay. So this is one thing here. Oh, that was all the way in February, okay. I don't think he's intentionally lying about me. He has been deeply hurt in a horrible situation and it's not surprising that he's in an emotional state. He's entitled to believe that I am, in his words, extremely calculated with PR. Ultimately, I know what's in my heart. It does feel like Dish is trying to like do a bit of PR, damage control and stuff. I hold no anger for him, I just need to clear this up. Okay. You definitely should have just messaged him privately about this. Okay, let's see what's the public response. Atsu then responded in this essay right here. About all of this. Let's see then. I don't want this to get any messier. I specifically didn't share some of the screenshots you have shared here, considering this back up a lot of my claims of you throwing me under the bus to save face. In the very first image, you specifically said to me you didn't want to undercut me and only speak about yourself, which you didn't do. You put me on full blast. You read that document fully and saw how many false claims were in there, yet swept them all under the rug publicly. I approached you privately about what I felt was wrong, and ultimately your response ended up with no ruining really, with whether you went public or private. Wait, yeah, she did say that. She did say about something about not winning, right? There's no way to win regardless. Not here. Five-hour call. It's not this one, right? It's between Dish and him. And her. I mean Dish and him. Is it the first one? No, the first one is just one picture. It's one of these long essay. Oh, long essay. Negative impression, I hope this doesn't like. Okay. So they are definitely waiting for Brax. It's much better if they do a podcast and resolve this live. They can't resolve this live. Oh, is it she typed it here? Okay, I need to find that, but she did mention something about this. This is a horrible situation. It's not about winning or losing. If your motivation was to apologize to Braxophone and not save your public image, why on earth didn't you message him privately? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I agree with Atsu with this actually. I agree with Atsu with this, right? So if Dish's intention is to apologize to Brax, she would apologize to Brax in private. But she did it publicly in a PR move. Like, I don't know why Dish don't just say, I'm just trying to do a little bit of PR as well. Why can't she just say that? Clearly, like, that's what she's doing. Like, it's so obvious. Like, she's trying to question people's intelligence. Like, maybe, I don't know, maybe her audience are all kids, I don't know, right? But it's like, yeah. In my document, I felt that you had absolved everything, yourself of any wrongdoing towards me or Brax, and it was disappointing to have this conversation with you. You speak about the group call we had, but that boiled down to mostly to people having an issue with another Discord server I created so that I could play games with some different friends. Didn't have special SO is significant other, I believe, which I clearly explained to you guys, nothing personal, but I was tired of cleaning up after people having internal relationship drama that kept bleeding into these gaming groups. Felt so bad to me when I said no to Joshua joining. I love you guys both and know you wouldn't cause problems for that, but I wanted to remain consistent in the name of fairness. However, this still rubs me in the wrong way because at the end of the day, you know exactly why that Discord server was formed in the first place. This was not a server created for bozos, this was a server I created because I wanted to play little company with certain people who got cut off from our friend group due to relationship drama but eventually become Atsu and server. Guess it's our server now. I hope you're not expecting those relationship issues of other people to be aired publicly. Regardless of saying there's no need for speculation, you are essentially forcing me into a situation where I will have to give context on other people's relationship problems and how that impacted these turns of events, which is once again going to paint me as the bad guy. Of course, people will speculate and demand an answer. I appreciate you all for calling me that night, and I made it clear I'm done subtweeting with other people. It's a bad habit. Many tears were shed that night, and I genuinely thought we had all got closer. That wasn't the case though, as people started pointing out how badly thrown under the bus I was, and I realized how badly some of you guys were scapegoating me and overly reliant on me as this glue you so often refer me to as. In the statement you claim was to support me, you state that you, Joshua and Brax had actually been on good terms since you guys met at the Anime Expo party. This doesn't align with the public narrative you created. I've never manipulated you into avoiding Braxophone, and was always aware you guys were on good terms, okay? So Dish and Braxophone was on good terms. I then doubled down to the entire group, which you claim you forgot about. It did not matter to me who you are friends with. So for you to go out of your way to write what you did about me comes across as nothing but PR move. Why did you wait to clear my name on so many of the allegations? Why did you wait so long knowing the grief I was going through? Why did it have to be an optimal time for you to do that when the dust has supposedly settled between myself and Braxophone? I can only see this as being for PR. I'm sad it comes to this and I regret ever confiding in you in my discomfort. Yeah, Dish could have came out and say any of this earlier, but she decided to say it today, so... Whew, this is a long stuff. I feel like Dish did... there's a little bit of suspicions in what she says as well. I think Dish and Jake Tuonto maybe didn't really like Brax as well to begin with, and Atsu was taking the blame for it as well. It does seem that way. Again, very very complicated stuff, right? Atsu got dished. Dish nuts. Damn. Man, this is so long.